Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm back with yet another video, and today I'm going to show you my recent fragrance acquisitions. This is a haul, for lack of a better word. I must advise you, I must say as a preface to this video, I have acquired these fragrances to a certain time period, so roughly around 3 months or something from the first one to the last one. Some of them I bought new, some of them I bought through a friend of mine, like a consignment purchase. Some of them I did bottle splits with a friend of mine who's also into fragrances. Anyway, so I'm gonna look, and some of them I swapped. That's the last one I want to say. So without further ado, to not make this video long, there's 19 bottles, yes, 19 bottles that we need to look at. So I'm gonna go briefly through them. I don't know all the notes by heart, nowhere near that, but I'm just gonna tell you how I feel, when I smell this, and just why I purchased some of them. So without further ado, the first one that I'm gonna show you is actually 10 milliliter decant of Creed's Royal Mayfair. I got this in a split. Actually, I got two times 10 milliliters, and one of them I gifted to a friend of mine. This is a interesting scent from Creed, but not my favorite one. My favorite ones are probably, as everybody else's, are Git and Aventus, and maybe Virgin Island Water and Royal Oud. This one is nice, but to me the opening is very harsh, almost like kind of, for the lack of better word, very artificial. It does settle down a bit. The notes in this are gin, I believe, and there is, I always forget about that, pine, I think pine needles. I can't smell much more than that, but anyway, it's a nice scent once it kind of tones down, but not a full bottle worthy for me, so I will definitely be not buying a full bottle of that. Do try this one out before you engage or you commit into purchasing, as you know, all of the Creeds are quite expensive. Next one that I want to show you, it's a ladies fragrance, and it's from the house of Nobile. Nobile 1942, I believe, yeah, 1942, and it's called La Danza delle Lulibeles. It actually means the dance of the dragonflies. Which you could see kind of there on this vintagized golden plate. It's a very nice packaging, very nice bottle. This is a vanilla cinnamon fragrance, a sweet gourmand fragrance. Yeah, but with a twist. So it has a note of red apple that I absolutely adore, and that's why I went for it. I bought it in La Parfum in Vienna, so I bought a full bottle myself. So it was a full bottle purchase, and I really like it. It is qualified as a woman's fragrance, but if you're a guy, do not steer away from this one. Do try it. It is definitely sweet and gourmandish, so if you're not into gourmand fragrances, this is not going to be for you. Continuing down the road, I have a partial bottle which I purchased some time ago, and this one is called Geranium Per Monsieur from Frederic Malle, and the perfumer of this one is Dominique Ropion. This is a very nice, very fresh, kind of minty fragrance with a lot of class. To me, it just smells like sophistication, a very nice groomed man in a suit, something like that. It is unisex. I mean, this, I could imagine myself a lady wearing this, but it offers itself more to the guys, in my honest opinion. It is a wonderful scent, and definitely one that I might repurchase once I finish this bottle. I got like a half a bottle now, it's a bit less left. This one is 100 milli. But anyway, a beautiful fragrance, guys. Do check it out. Frederic Malle's Geranium Per Monsieur. Next one, I have finally pulled the trigger on the Montale's Dark Oud. This one doesn't need a lot of introduction. It's basically oud and sandalwood. But I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not a fan of it. It actually gives me a headache, so do try before you buy. Luckily, these bottles are not that expensive anymore. I picked up mine new on an online store. for around 55-60 euros. Beautiful bottle though. You all know how Montale makes their bottles with this safety pin and that. It's a very medicinal oud scent. You know, it's not for everybody. It has some nuances of you know, sandalwood in there, but it's very linear, very strong. So definitely not for everybody. Montale Dark Oud. Well, not much to be said about this one. Next one that I have, I'm gonna show you is this beauty. This is a wonderful scent from Parfums De Marly called Herod. This is vanilla and tobacco, and you know, I have tobacco vanilla, but with a bit of a twist. There is a very nice berry note and a cinnamon note in this, which kind of makes this smell different. It's like kind of more sweet. Tobacco vanilla is very linear, and I mean, so is this one, but you know, this one is sweeter and it kind of gives it more facets. This means, you know, this makes any sense to you guys. And it just, I don't know, it's a very beautiful scent. It's loved by, you know, the frag community, by, you know, the perfume people who love perfumes or fragrances for that matter, and for a good reason. One downside of this one is these bottles and the caps are super heavy. This has to be the heaviest bottle I have in my collection. So from that perspective, you know, to travel with this one is a bit of a pain. Also, it's 120 milliliters, so you cannot have it on board. You need to, you know, put it down with your luggage. So that's a bit inconvenient, but I think they make also the 50 ml. Which then again, it's not such a good purchase price-wise, but definitely recommend this one. This one is a beautiful scent. Parfums De Marly Herod. Next, what I have is 2 bottles of Byredo, and this was a split purchase with a friend of mine who is also into fragrances. And you know, I have got half of the bottle with the flacon. And the first one we went for, I mean, he went for and split it with me, is the Byredo Pulp. You know, this has been reviewed a million times. It smells like, really realistically smells like fruits, you know, like a basket of fruits, but mashed up already and kind of sitting in the water on a sun for one day, if that makes sense. It's like almost they could be already kind of start to rot, but in a good sense. I mean, don't stay away from this one because you think, you know, it kind of smells on rot. It doesn't. It smells divine. To me, it smells like the best realistical, you know, interpretation of fruit scent that you can get on the market, at least from what I smelled, and I smelled a few. And I love these Byredo bottles. They're beautiful. This is the 100 ml. Aside from that, I did a review on the Bal d'Afrique, which is my favorite Byredo scent, but this one is up there, definitely in the top 3, together with the next bottle that I'm gonna show you, which is also Byredo's own Oud Immortelle. So this is a oud scent for people that, you know, would not enjoy oud like this. So this oud is not medicinal. You know, it's bearable, let's call it that way. And then you have this Immortelle note of the Immortelle flower. It's almost like, kind of, at least to me, it almost smells like half sweet, half bitter. I don't know how to explain it very well. One thing though with this thing is, you know, as with all, you know, fragrances, niche fragrances, be sure you try before you buy if possible. This is not for everybody. But to me, it's a very nice mix of sweet, bitter, and kind of, you know, woodsy undertones. It's definitely a beautiful scent with an extreme lasting power. Most of the ones that I showed you have a really big lasting power. Dark oud for sure. You know, Pulp is strong. Herod is very strong. Nobile is super strong. Creed not that much, but you know, this one, I'm saying that because last time I used it and I sprayed, I think 4 sprays, 4 pumps, and these ones have really strong disbursement, the Byredo bottles, and I kind of gassed out a couple of people in the office. Next, I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna show you all the Tom Fords at once because there's many to show, and I'm gonna show you now the last 2 not Tom Ford acquisitions. One I did already a review of, and this is Kobe from the house of Xerjoff. I mean, go check my review or go check many other reviews because this has been reviewed a ton of times This is an amazing scent. To me, this is like 2 scents in one. It starts off super fresh, almost like harsh, almost like kind of cleaning, you know, kind of scent, like, you know, you would have a detergent kind of cleaning scent, but then it just mellows down to this fresh scent, which then transitions is almost into something which is you know, woody, definitely woody, and a tad sweet. It's amazing how it transforms itself, this scent. The lasting power is very good. The bottle is beautiful, as you can see yourself. Probably these Xerjoff bottles are one of the nicest ones, if not the nicest ones I ever seen. The nicest ones I ever seen for sure. So highly recommend this one. They are, you know, not cheap, these ones, but you can, you know, if you're lucky, you can shop around. I bought a brand new bottle of this, and I'll tell you these guys, you know, so this one's retail in US on Lucky Scent, I think around 400 bucks, in Europe around 350 euro. But if you shop around and if you wait, of course, which you can if you collect fragrances, because you have a lot of stuff to use. I purchased mine for 120 euros online on eBay while negotiating with one of the sellers. It came completely boxed with foil, with everything. I mean, it was a great purchase. So, you know, it's a great, if you can see one of these for 120, you know, for sure jump on it. Then I have another Xerjoff, and this one, of course, is from a different line. I should have mentioned this is from the Shooting Stars line, and then they have another line which is called Oud Stars, and this is called Al Kat. This is probably my favorite fragrance as of now in my collection of what do I have? I don't know, like 40 something bottles. This one is up there with, you know, Pardon from Nasolmado, up there with the Stercus from Orto Parisi, at least for me, you know, from what I like. This is an amazing oud scent, guys, but be aware because, you know, this opens with a very strong jasmine note, and the jasmine is so potent, so beautiful, so luxurious. It's actually, it smells like honey. And there's a wonderful review by my favorite, one of my favorite, at least, if not the favorite, perfume reviewer called Mr. Zayas Rene. So Mr. Zayas 81 here on YouTube, you can check his review of Al Kat, and I completely agree with everything what he says in that, you know, in his review. This is an amazing, beautiful fragrance. The jasmine then turns into this, you know, oud, which is a bit medicinal, but in the transition to that is something what happens which is not for everybody. It kind of smells almost like fecal. I'm not gonna kid with you, and I tried that together with a, you know, a co-worker here, a lady, you know, we sprayed it when I got it, and he said, you smelled it, and she said yes. It's almost like this kind of barnyardish fecal smell once the jasmine is transitioning towards the oud stage. So it lasted at least around 30 minutes, where to a point it was a bit bad smelling, should I say, but then that goes away and you're just left with this heavenly sweet oud woodsy aroma. It's just to die for. So you know, this is a testing fragrance. This is a, you know, a niche fragrance connoisseur's dream. But definitely not for somebody who's starting off, or, you know, you have a couple of designer fragrances and you're thinking jumping into this one. Do try this out, guys, because these ones are, again, these are expensive, around 250 euros. I was able to procure, if you ship around, you know, shop around, you're able to procure for less, so around 150 bucks, but still, I need to smell it. Man, it's absolutely beautiful. You know, but definitely do try before you buy, because I heard people buying this and then, you know, end up selling it because they could not get over that transition, which smells, you know, challenging to say the least.